Peace and love, peace and love. It's XXII coming to you all. Just a quick little video that I want to drop that the ancestors been putting on my consciousness from the Holy Koran Circle 7. And that's the duty of a husband. I think the reason that the ancestors brought me to this particular chapter is I just see a lot of confusion with the movement from my perspective. But I comprehend that things are done in degrees and different things of that nature. So part of the movement is also the relationship between man and woman. The relationship and how we treat each other on our roles and duties that we have towards one another. And so I just want to bring to consciousness from chapter 22 of the Holy Koran, Circle 7, prepared divinely by Prophet Noble Drew Ali. So let me read it. Let me read it to you. It consists of 12 sections, the duty of a husband. So it's just 12 things right now that we need to focus on and plant a seed in the minds of man. So let's begin. Take unto thyself a wife, and obey the ordinance of Allah. Take unto thyself a wife, and become a faithful member of society. But examine with care, and fix not suddenly on thy present choice depends thy future happiness. If much of her time is destroyed in dress and adornment, if she is enamored with her own beauty and delighted with her own praise, if she laugheth much and talketh loud, if her foot abideth not in her father's home, and her eyes with boldness rove on the faces of man, though her beauty were as the sun in the firmament of heaven. Turn thy face from her charms, turn thy feet from her paths, and suffer not thy soul to be ensnared by the allurements of imagination. But when thou findest sensibility of heart, joined with softness of manners, an accomplished mind, when it's talking about the Father's house, it's the house, your mind, and as well as your Father here on the carnal, physical world. But in the divine sense, it's referencing the house, your thoughts, what you think is what manifests to this realm in the carnal world of things made manifest. And so the house of your Father is another way to look at this from a different angle, but still seeing the point, just receiving the message from different angles of light, from different angles of knowledge. And this is in harmony with nature. So take it as that. But when thou findest sensibility of heart, joined with softness of manners, an accomplished mind, with a form agreeable to thy fancy, take her home to thy house. She is worthy to be thy friend, thy companion in life, the wife of thy bosom. A lot of issues we run into is we don't even build a friendship. We just go straight into titles and different names and different things to go by with definitions behind it without building a friendship. And that's just recognized, and we'll move forward. Oh, cherish her as a blessing sent to thee from heaven. Let the kindness of thy behavior endear thee to her heart. She is the mistress of thy house. Treat her, therefore, with respect, that thy servants may obey her. When we look into servant, we know that the mom is a servant for the child. So look at it and appreciate it from different angles, and don't think slavery and servant with chains and guns. Jesus, Yahshua, was but your fellow brother man, a servant for humanity. So know what it means when it says servant. Let's read it again. She is the mistress of thy house. Treat her, therefore, with respect, that thy servants may obey her. Oppose not her inclination without cause. She is the partner of thy cares. Make her also the companion of thy pleasures. Reprove her faults with gentleness. Exact not her obedience with rigor. Meaning, push the higher self, and the lower self will pass away. It's but a shadow of the truth, and it will pass away. So uphold what's good in her, and don't focus on what's bad in her, because it's the lower self, and it will pass away. Trust thy secrets in her breast, in her heart. Her counsels are sincere, thou shalt not be deceived. Be faithful to her bed, for she is the mother of thy children. When pain and sickness assault her, let thy tenderness soothe her affliction. A look from thy of pity and love shall alleviate her grief, or instigate her pain, and be of more avail than 10 physicians. Consider the tenderness of her sex, the delicacy of her frame, and be not severe to her weakness. But remember thy own imperfections. It's coming from the Holy Koran. Just so, especially the listeners and those who are on the outside looking in, not part of the movement, but really is part, just not knowing. This is what it's about. This is the information, and this is what the movement is about. And know that spirituality and law are but one topic, but it's been separated for war purposes. But spirituality and law are one and the same. So I hope chapter 22 was enlightening for you all. I'll be dropping more from the Holy Koran Circle 7. Let's get active and not passive. As things have to change, and we have to get to a point, where we do a little bit more than talking and posting YouTube videos, etc. So live in love and light, true in harmony with yourself. Islam.